Hi guys, welcome back to VEDA. It's Friday, April 12th, so that means it's time for a VEDA vlog every day April. And if you've been following my series so far, you know I've been talking about comic books. This week I'm on a bent of talking about Turtles. And so far I've been talking mostly about the Mirage era Volume 1, which is basically the heart of the canon of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I wanted to talk about a series today that they've been reprinting lately. IDW's been reprinting all the old Mirage Volume 1 comics. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them, and a series that came out in conjunction with the original Mirage series was something called Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was two companion series that they put out. One was called the Micro series, which was a series of one-shots. Each one-shot focused on a different turtle and an adventure that they had by themselves, because there weren't a lot of solo adventures for the Turtles. And each one of these sort of introduced a different aspect. Raphael's introduced Casey Jones. It's the easiest way to bring him into the fold is introduce him through Raph and demonstrate their mutual sort of aggression and anger management issues. The Mikey series was about stopping hijackers from stealing toys for kids, which is a really cute book. I think it also introduced Michelangelo's cat Clunk. Donnie's was a cute little tribute to Jack Kirby, who the creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird were huge fans of. And then there was the Leo issue, which is probably the most connected to the actual Turtles series because it runs directly into issue 10, where Leo is being chased down by the Foot Clan. He gets beaten pretty badly, and then he crashes through the window of April's apartment where the Turtles are staying because their lair had been destroyed. And issue 10 deals with the destruction of April's apartment and her antique shop second time around, which forces the Turtles to flee to the farmhouse. And that actually leads directly into the series I want to talk about today, which is the other companion series, Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was a series of individual stories. They're just one-off stories that kind of fall in between different books. And it starts off with an adventure at the farmhouse where Casey's cousin Sid decides he's going to come and find the family fortune. And each book focuses on a different individual adventure that doesn't necessarily impact canon, but does kind of fall into canon. This series is famous for having actually introduced both the Rat King and Leatherhead. You can see Rat King there. And there's Leatherhead, and this is a pinup that they'd actually put into the actual issues. And I'm really glad they put these out because it helps me fill in more of the series on top of both classics and the Ultimate Collection. I'm hoping at some point they'll eventually start putting out Volume 2 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and eventually Volume 4. They did eventually come out with a second volume of Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which fell in between the issues of Volume 4 of the Mirage series. Unfortunately, Volume 4 kind of went on a hiatus when Peter Laird left to do the 2007 movie to consult on that, and that took up a lot of his time, so there was a huge gap between several of the issues in Volume 4. And for a long time there was only issues of Tales of the TMNT, which is unfortunate because just like the classic series, they're just one-shots, they're just one-off stories that don't necessarily tell a continuous story. It's just, one and you're done. For a long time that was the only thing Turtles you could find in comic book form. However, since he sold the rights to Nickelodeon, IDW has gotten the rights to publish comics, and they are now on a monthly bent of putting out issues, and it's really nice because I've been really enjoying the IDW series, and it's really good to get constant Turtles content, and it's pretty good content, I have to say. I'm really impressed with it, but I'm going to talk more about that series later. Tales of the TMNT, good companion piece, not necessarily for everybody, but it's a fun series to get into if you actually enjoy Turtles, and like I said, it's an important series because it introduces very important characters into the Turtles canon. Now, before I go, guys, I wanted to address one more thing from my last couple of VEDAs. Super Turtles fan WB6774 pointed out to me in our YouTube comment section that the difference between the Ultimate Collection and the Classics Collection is that the Ultimate Collection only specifically collects the Eastman and Laird material. I wasn't aware of this. I knew that the Classics Collection was a lot of additional stuff that didn't have to do with the main storyline. I knew that Kevin and Peter were way too busy with the business and trying to grow the franchise to deal with the day-to-day stuff, so a lot of these stories for a long time were drawn and written by guest artists. I wasn't aware that, unfortunately, a lot of those guest artists own the rights to their own material, so there's a lot of stuff that isn't probably going to be included in either the Ultimate Collection or the Classics Collection because of rights issues. But that would explain why there's a huge gap in the Ultimate Collection, is because, again, it's very specifically the Eastman Laird stuff. The Classics Collection is going to deal with the guest artists that they have the rights to, or the additional sort of non-story related Eastman Laird stuff, I guess. So I wanted to thank Superfan WB6774 for pointing this stuff out to me. I'm always happy to learn these things. So yeah, I guess that'll do it for today. If you are interested in Turtles, I definitely recommend picking up these series. The second volume actually came out this week. I was really glad to pick it up. I haven't gotten to read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to continue talking about Turtles for the rest of this week unless other stuff comes up, like them singing in the kitchen again or other events. But I hope you guys are enjoying these, and I hope you guys continue to watch. Have a good day, guys. Bye.